the main problem was that we made this show, and I forgive me for not telling you this up front when we hired you, but we made the show without any channel's permission. So I just started making the show with Garth, paying for it myself, and we didn't know you had to be asked. So we made it, gave it to the channel, and they said, sorry, we didn't ask you to make this. I said, what do you mean? You didn't ask us to make this? How, do you ask everyone before they make a show? And they said, yes, we do. I went, this is news to me, sweetheart. I made this show with my sweat and blood. I spent the last 4 weeks of my life making this show. Do you want it? No, they say. So I am, caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, having to sell 40 episodes of a medical-based horror show with no one buying it. That's why we had to put it out in Peru. Thank God for the Peruvian market.
There are a lot of guns in this show. Do you think that's realistic for life in the hospital, Todd?
Is there a lot of guns? I don't know. I don't particularly be using a gun that often. I don't think there are guns used in hospitals in this country, though I think that there should be. If I was a doctor in this day and age, I would definitely be carrying a gun. Saturday night in casualty, you get all kinds of people. Most of them are pissed. And they don't recognise that you're actually there to help them. You see, so they can, all these sort of situations, can then flare up. And if you just flash a bit of steel, I think, it would soon sort out the name from the boys.
Have you used a gun, personally?
Yeah, I have used a gun. There are certain times when one is backed into a corner where the only way of getting out of that particular corner is with a gun.
That's life, isn't it?
That's what I found.
Do you use guns as well?
If I had to, I'd use a gun. I've not had to shoot anyone in the face as yet, but I would happily. I'd shoot you in the face if I had to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd try not to, but if I had to, I'd shoot you in the face.
The state of the NHS at the moment, you don't know who you're treating half the time. Honestly, when I was in the hospital last year, my mother was in there, and I shit you not, there were a couple curtains round in that very ward, and the nurse came by and said that was all the time.
And if you'd been a doctor, you would have shot them.
If I'd been a doctor in that situation, I would certainly have pulled out my gun and ordered them to halt.
If you came into my car, for instance, demanded that I got out of my car so you could have my car. Now this kind of thing here does go on. It goes on in this country now. I should be able to kill you for that. Okay, shoot you dead in my own car and tell you need to get out of my car so you can take it. But you'd be in the shit, you'd be up against, the judge gripping the oath. The guy that they got to be raped by the eye hadn't seen any photographs, didn't know what was going on, didn't know what would be asked of him. He was just, some extra that was told he had to lie in a bed all day. So of course he's going to say yes. And then they bought this bloody great thing with this, dwarf chap inside, with this cock that was coming up and down like behind this poor boy. And he got a bit, he got a bit upset about that. I've seen it, it makes me laugh. I think it's very, very well done.
You don't find it chilling then?
Chilling? The idea is chilling, oh yes. But, no, because the thing is I was there while it was being